This is LaZer's vlog number 722, Stardate X. Those moments. That moment when you realize that the stop sign you're at is not going to turn green. That moment when your fascination plummets when you realize that that turn signal reflecting off the street sign that's perfectly synced with yours is your turn signal. That moment when, despite what you see going on all around you, you know things are going to work out because God's got you in His hands. Oh, it may not look right walking along the edge and the world says, "What are you doing?" And you say, "I don't know. It's just where I'm supposed to be." And things look to the world and maybe to yourself, how in the world is this going to work out? But you realize, God's got me this far. Why wouldn't He continue to keep it going for me and my family? It's like the story of a guy looking out across a canyon, and he sees off in the distance someone running towards him, pushing a wheelbarrow across a tightrope that's been strung across from one side of the canyon over to his side of the canyon. Not walking, mind you, not fumbling with trying to make sure he keeps his balance, but running a wheelbarrow across this tightrope. This wheelbarrow pushing person makes it all the way to your side, plops the wheelbarrow next to you and says, "Howdy." And you look at him and go, "Whoa, that was absolutely amazing." And the guy looks at you and says, "Think I can do it again?" And you're like, "Well, obviously, of course. Seems to be pretty easy for you." And he looks at you, and it's that moment when he says, "Well, hop on in." Well, that's kind of what it's like sometimes walking with Jesus. Don't make sense. You know He can do it. Faith for me isn't, does God exist? Faith is, am I going to trust being in a wheelbarrow being pushed by this guy? That's nuts. I don't know. Maybe. That moment when you realize, wow, I actually do have some friends and family who really do care for me. Which, you know, for those who know me, knew I grew up in a school environment that, wasn't so great. That moment when you realize you're rich. Not with money, but you're rich in the things that matter. And those things aren't going to be taken away from you, because they can't. Or that moment when you realize, glad that wasn't me that messed up by pushing that tractor into that thing, and we won't get into that story now. Get on my Facebook, maybe I'll post some pictures. Glad it wasn't me. And that other moments when you realize, I'm an idiot. How did I do that? Boy, did I mess up. Whoa. Whew. All right, well, get back up, dust myself off, and keep moving forward. That moment when, well, you messed up and you hurt somebody. Kind of sucks. You go to that person, "Hey, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to do better next time." That moment when someone's hurt you, you choose. Bottle it up, probably come out at some sort of explosion later, or let that person know, "Hey man, let's sit down and talk a little bit. That moment when you really, truly realize you ain't any better than anybody else, and nobody's any better than you. We're all in the same boat. We're all flawed. We're all messed up. And at the same time, we're all awesome. So don't go judging people. What's the point? That moment when you realize, hey, that person I've been arguing politics with for years, well, that person wants the same thing I do in life. Just got a different way of going about it. And that moment when you realize, whoa, boy, did I have too many bean burritos. Whew. All right, well, LaZer Ed vlog out, lazered.net, laser with a Z.